Hi, everyone, and welcome to the fourth installment of our 5-part series on whether or not one has to have a great voice to earn a living doing voiceover. I'm Samantha Paris, and one of our longtime guest directors here at VoiceTracks has always described himself as someone with just an above-average voice. However, Thom Pinto has made his living for 3 decades with that just an above-average voice. How, you ask? Well, he created a colors method to voiceover, a unique approach to voice acting that I discussed briefly in part 1 of our series. But he also believes strongly in another key component, one that is critical to cultivating a good performance, and that's visualization. Tommy, the podcast floor is yours.
Thanks, Sam. The whole great voice thing comes up frequently, and I fully understand that. Great voices can be soothing, impressive, or powerful. And about the time I signed with my first agent, advertising was still utilizing the deep or melodious voiceover types on many commercials. But there was a shift that began in the early 80s to believability. Ad agencies realized that a new generation of viewers wasn't going to respond to hard-hitting retail or suave voiceover types for everything. Acting came into play. Direction that used to commonly say deep, warm, and friendly was suddenly replaced by looking for an actor, not a big announcer. And that shift has continued over the past 2 decades. Advertisers now look to hundreds of viable cable networks that cater to more specific audiences. And ad agencies know those viewers respond more to the kind of performance that reflects their specific needs. Notice I said performance and not voice. But let me address the voice issue for a moment. We all have a natural voice, yes, but we have many aspects or colors of our voice. We have a happy voice, a serious voice, a romantic voice. Now, how you live your life dictates how effectively you can communicate with that aspect of your voice. Suffice it to say, if you work in a rather buttoned-down environment, you may be very good at displaying your business-like attitude. People working with younger children, well, they can easily access that childlike sound. However, when it comes to recreating those vocal styles at the drop of a hat, it all comes down to learning to connect visually in the moment. And if you are, then the voice will follow. So, how about a short example? Here is the opening to a 15-second TV spot for Columbia Greater Outdoors, who you probably know sell a variety of clothing for hiking, camping, and other outdoor activities. Here it is. We've been searching the world for people searching the world and finding them everywhere. I purposely deliver the copy without a lot of emotion or color because I want to provide 3 distinctly different storyboards for our visualization exercise. First, visualize a shot of the Earth from outer space, zooming in on a satellite map of red dots, and we begin with a montage of people in the outdoors, and they're doing some adventurous activities. They're kayaking, they're rock climbing, they're cycling, and we pull back to reveal the red dots, which now form the words Columbia Outdoors on a map. Now that I have visualized, I can comment on what I see. We've been searching the world for people searching the world and finding them everywhere. Notice how the voice follows the intensity of the visual drama and adventure. It wants to zoom in, much like the camera, and then punctuate the shots of the outdoorsmen and women. Now, what if I visualized a simple shot of a father who is struggling to put up his tent until his younger son comes over and nonchalantly hits 2 buttons which prop the tent up perfectly, and the father tries not to look too embarrassed? Well, my commentary might be more like, we've been searching the world for people searching the world and finding them everywhere. So you can see my voice has moved into a more empathetic, almost an excuse me for pointing out the obvious feel. It's more lighthearted, and it appeals to the novice outdoorsman. Now finally, what if I visualized following 2 friends making their way along a path in the wilderness? We have some beautiful, lush surroundings, and it appears like they're walking in slow motion, almost dreamlike. And as they make it to the top of the hill, they quietly take it all in. and the voiceover doesn't start until that last peaceful shot. Now, this might lead me to comment, we've been searching the world for people searching the world and finding them everywhere. So you can hear that I'm honoring the quiet of these surroundings and the unpretentious feel of these outdoor enthusiasts. There's nothing to punctuate. I just simply honored the simple beauty that I saw. I can tell you that these different aspects of the voice, the variety of the phrasing, the different energies, all will come naturally if you visualize before you vocalize. Now, how does one know what to visualize if the ad agency doesn't provide a storyboard? Well, that's where watching commercials pays off. Become familiar with the various trends that advertisers are using. Hey, it's part of our biz. So even though you may have a spouse or a roommate who might want to mute the commercials, just grab the remote and say, "Hey, I'm working here." Good visualization leads to great interpretation, and script interpretation is essential. The commercial landscape has evolved over the past quarter century. Yes, there are still some great voices out there, but more and more producers are looking for talent who sound like the guy or gal next door. Perhaps someone much like yourself.